Hey friends. Okay, so we're starting research today, which I know you're totally psyched about. I just wanted to tell you that at this point, you should have read your 3 articles. You should have pulled out a direct quote. I gave you feedback on those because some of the quotes that you picked were not worth choosing. Remember that you are researching a topic. Um, Again, you're not doing a persuasive paper. You are just demonstrating facts. So when you pull a quote out, it needs to be something that A, you would not have just known about, and B, most people would not have known about, and C, it's not just some random, whatever, boring kind of thing. It's something that's specific. It's something that you would not have known unless you looked it up. It's something that whoever wrote it, looked into it and has detailed background information about the topic. So if you're researching Michael Jordan and the quote is, his mom said he practiced a lot. Wow, really? Because I wouldn't have known that the one of the best basketball players to have ever lived practiced a lot. That's stupid. Even if his mom actually said that and it was actually in a book or an article, which what whoever author would put that into their article, got to make you question whether or not they're a good author, cuz duh. All right? So don't pick a lame quote. It's got to be something that specifically talks about it. So what you're doing today is you're writing your first body paragraph. Don't worry about the intro conclusion. We'll be using a different format on that and I will give you lessons on it. But I wrote up a sample paragraph. It has the topic, it has the 3 subtopics listed, and it's color coded to give you an idea of my thinking process. It also includes 2 cited sources and a statistic. And for each of your 3 body paragraphs, you will be required to have 1 quote, 1 paraphrase, 1 statistic. So that's per body paragraph, all right? And you already have 3. Some of you have more than that because I said, like, the statistic you gave me isn't a statistic or whatever. And you had to look for another article. So you might have more than that, which is great. Either way, notice that my paraphrased information and my direct quote, they have a source. That's how I know it has to be cited. So you have to have the little parentheses after it. And if it has a last name, you have to go with the last name. If there's a page number, you have to use a page number, even if it's paraphrased. All right. So if not, if it doesn't have an author, then you put down the name of the article in quotation marks inside of the parentheses. All right, we'll worry about all the details of that later, but you're going to want to make sure that you have some sort of citation in there so you know where it's from. So if it's not exactly what you need, you can go back later and change it and you know what article it's from that you read. Okay? So in parentheses after what you say goes the author's last name if you have it, the page number if there is one, and if there's not an author, then the full title of the article in quotation marks with the page number. All right. Remember, you also have your book, which you have to use. So altogether, you will have 6 in-text citations in this research paper in order to get full credit. And you can have more than that for sure. But you will use your 3 articles and your book, which, right, that only comes to 4. So some of you are like, you said 6? Yep, you'll have to use 2 of them twice. All right. Also, don't forget the statistic. And like I said, we will tweak information later, but that's what you want to work on is your body paragraph. It is a Melcon format, 11 sentence minimum per body paragraph. So that's main idea, example, 2 links for each one. So main idea, example, link, example, link, example, link, and one more makes the conclusion, okay? So that's how it works out. So the one that I have in there, it's got it in there. The important part that we haven't really talked much about because we haven't written a paper yet is your concluding sentence is going to tie up the topic that you just talked about in this paragraph, this first body paragraph, but then it's also going to, at the same time, in the same sentence, introduce briefly, very briefly, what the next body paragraph's topic will be. So you will see in my example I wrote about the Wisconsin State Fair and the restaurants in particular at the fair. What am I trying to say here? Lost my train of thought. Oh, I talked about restaurants that you can eat a full meal at. That was my first one. And then my second paragraph is going to be about places that you can get snacks. So you'll see in the concluding sentence, which I put in green, that I mentioned both full service restaurants as well as restaurants where you can get snacks. Okay. And finally, don't forget that you need a transitional sentence before each example and before the concluding sentence in every Melcon body paragraph. All right. Again, do not work on your intro or conclusion. That will come later. All right. Okay, friends, work on that. And I will monitor your progress. If you have questions, email me. As many as you have, email me. Start writing it because by the second day this week, so if you're in third hour, by the time you're done on Tuesday, this body paragraph should be done. And I'm only giving you an extra day on this one because it's the first one. So if you have questions, you can get them answered. If you're in sixth hour, by the end of Wednesday, this body paragraph should be done. All right. And as you saw, this research paper is required in order for you to pass for the semester. All right. Okay. Take care. Email me with questions. Don't get all freaked out. You're just writing a Melcon paragraph. That's all you're doing right now. All right. And you're just going to incorporate some of the information that you got from your book or your articles for this first paragraph. Okay. Thanks, friends. Email me if you have questions. Okay. Bye.